Welcome back, you cute, amazing, articulate, beautiful, seductive
You guys don't see it
anime
on his face.
lovers.
He's got a little smirk going because he
Anime
knows
lovers.
how much I fucking hate this shit every time.
Welcome back. We have a special
Jesus. He's so extra, he's shaking his mic.
episode for y'all today.
Nothing special about it. Just a normal weekly episode like
We're
we
getting
always do.
into dandadan, 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 dandadan,
Yeah, it's dandadan.
dandadan, dandadan.
Banger though. Banger. Opening is a banger. All right, dude. Stop. We're done. We get it. All right.
And we are the Out of Pocket Anime Podcast. It's your boy Blackie Chan.
Comedy Hashira himself. What up?
Yeah, and we're getting into the first 6 episodes because holy shit.
So much going on.
What is this, Fire Force 2.0?
Dude, it's just, I think this is just what animes are doing now. I'm so happy we slowed shit down. So
Jesus
happy we
Christ.
slowed shit down. It's just, this is anime, just pack everything in, which
Yeah.
I appreciate, truly do. This isn't a
Yes.
complaint. This is just saying that we can't talk about a full season at a time
Absolutely not.
because they pack so much shit in.
Absolutely not. And we probably
so much in.
You all right?
No, I burped mid talk, and I was like,
I was like, is he dying?
yeah.
No, older anime, so like Dragon Ball Z, we could probably talk season to season.
Yeah,
and
be
still
fine.
be perfectly okay. We could probably do multiple
because
seasons.
2 things happen. Goku fights, Goku wins.
Yeah, that's
and
all
we
you really
covered
have to talk
every
about.
season already.
Everybody has to go, oh my god, Goku! And then you know, from there, that's it.
Yeah, and then he needs a break. All of his boys get fucked up, and then Goku comes back in. Yeah,
then he comes back.
Yep, stronger.
But this show, all kinds of shit from the first 2 episodes.
This is all right. Public service announcement.
Let's bring them back to the original. You getting into it.
All right. So
you watch
originally. I'm gonna start. Let me start off by saying it this way. Okay, this is the incorrect way to start a show. This is not how you start a show. Okay.
Wild. We both almost didn't make it.
I'm personally gonna call out the first person to watch a show and recommend it. I don't know who it is, but whoever you are, you're a fucking creep. All right. Everybody who came after you is fine because you recommended it and they went on the strength of your recommendation. But if you got through that first episode without stopping and being like, what the fuck, dude?
Like, should I continue?
Yeah. If you didn't pause for that, you're a fucking creep. And I hate that shit about anime. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. This show is so fucking creepy. And it's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
Episodes,
no, the whole show is fucking creepy.
The whole much so
plot,
the first couple though.
The whole plot is him trying to find his balls, man.
Yeah, no, that's at the end though, because at first it was his pecker.
Yeah, his penis.
Yeah,
we're adults here. We can call it a penis.
Yeah, but you the show said balls. The show said pecker.
Did you just
we were going with
freeze on penis? No. You're like, if you penis.
No, I was telling you what the show.
Just tell me what to say.
I was just telling you what the show said. Balls and pecker.
Yeah, because they're children that they showed half naked.
Excuse me?
The kids in the show, they're children. They're both in what, middle school, high school? I don't think they actually clarified.
No, which is where I don't know where you're going with this.
They're children, regardless. They're in school. I'm saying they're children and you're showing them half naked. It's a problem. It's fucking creepy. All right? That's back to the original. It's just fucking creepy. All right? This is the wrong way to start a show. Not a fucking fan. I'm happy you guys figured it out and made it a good show because I fucking enjoy it. But good Lord, I spent what? How long was it before I went back to it? Guys, I paused it when she was about to get probed before Turbo Granny came out. Like literally seconds before Turbo Granny came out and saved her. And I was like, yep, can't do it. Nope. This is what I can't do. I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit in anime. It's fucking weird and creepy. It's fucking weird and creepy. And I know you struggled with it the first couple episodes.
So, and this is back on one of our other episodes where you brought this up. Big dandadan had that big ass fucking dandadan had that big ass fucking what do you
We're
call
gonna end up bleeping some wild shit out for me saying to you for saying it wrong.
Big ass push.
Guys, we're not fucking idiots. We know it's dandadan. I'm not listening to you anymore.
It had
Sure.
hype, right? So dandadan had hype, and when you have that much hype, it should be good off rip, right? So I'm going into this thinking it's like Solo Leveling, thinking it's like JJK, thinking it's like AOT hype. You know, everybody's all super hype. Thinking it's like Jobless Reincarnation, but even Jobless kind of had that
Yeah.
same effect, where Jobless in the first episode or two was like, "What the fuck's what's going on here?" And then, but even more so, Dandadan. It's
You can't
Dandadan.
say it right. Like you're trying to write it off as
It's
irritating me,
Dandadan.
which actually irritates me more because
It's
you're making
Dandadan.
it seem like you're
It's
trying to
literally
fucking
Dandadan.
irritate me when in reality you can't say it right. You for
I don't.
whatever reason
I don't
in your
understand why you're
brain
so upset.
you've locked in on it being Dondadon and you can't correct yourself.
Don.
It's Dan to Dan. Jesus
Dandadan.
fucking
Dandadan.
Christ.
Dandadan. That's literally all you hear in the intro.
It's Dan to Dan.
They don't go dan
I don't
dan
give a
dan
fuck what
dan
you hear in the intro. I
dan
don't give a
dan
fuck
dan
what you hear in your head. It's
dan
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 to Dan.
dan. Imagine everyone in the anime community going, "It's actually Dandadan."
That's not gonna happen because I have to bleep
Comment
all
below.
that shit out.
Comment below. Is it Dan da Dan
I'm gonna be
or is
bleeping
it
out so
Don
much of
da
that
Don?
speech, dude. It's
Comment
fucking
below,
insane. It
please.
fucking drives me crazy.
Let's settle this. This needs to be our
All
poll.
right, dude. Show's fucking creepy. It's so creepy, and I hate that it's good. I really do. I would have preferred a show like this come out nowadays and be too creepy and not pass as good. So that way anime could taper it back. You know what I mean?
Well, what interests me with how you think about this show is that you think this show is good overall.
Yes.
You don't think Chainsaw Man is good
No.
overall.
No.
What's the difference?
Um so the difference is like so the gore, not the gore. The fucking dirty shit drives the plot in both, right? So they're
Yeah.
looking for his balls in Dan to Dan. They spent half the show looking for his
Yeah.
dick. Now they're looking for his balls. I'm
He's searching for
sure
titties
I'm
and
sure
Chainsaw
by the
Man.
time they find the balls, he'll have lost his nipple or fucking something stupid like that. And it doesn't matter because I'll keep watching because fucking I enjoy it. So fucking might as well, right? Might as well make it a fucking nipple and stuff like that. Chainsaw Man, he's all driven by his perviness. You know, oh, I can make out with you if I do this, and that. I don't I don't know if I could explain the exact difference between the two and the plot driving it, but one just seems dirtier than the other. I don't know why. And it could be fucking it's not, and I just see it that way. But so be it. I just fucking it really bothers me in Chainsaw Man. It really does. It
All right.
really does.
Well, I was very curious because you were very adamant that you didn't like Chainsaw Man, and you were
Nope.
very adamant that you eventually liked Dandadan. So I mean,
Yep.
I
Dan
don't
to Dan.
know. I don't know. You know, I was curious to hear your opinion without giving you prior warning to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, because why let me think about why I dislike two
Absolutely
completely
not.
different shows when I haven't watched one in about a year?
Yeah, they don't sound very completely different, considering they're both very creepy.
Yeah, and you sprung
But
it on me. I get it. Yeah.
again, going back to the original point, which was you struggled to get through the first episode.
Yeah.
Multiple weeks later, I still struggled. Like, so
Yeah, and that was with
you
you
told me,
knowing that
right?
it was gonna get better.
So
So
you,
I stopped not knowing. Like I stopped. So guys, just so you're aware, we're talking to you, the audience. Tried to watch it first. I told him about it, and I said I stopped. I can't even get past that. And he was like, "Oh, that makes me actually
if
want to
you
see what
can't
you
get through
dealt
it,
with."
right?
And but it wasn't like you wanted to watch it. You wanted to see why I stopped. But you hadn't started it yet. And
Nope.
then I finally I watched enough stuff on it where I
To
was
get
like,
through it.
so many people were talking about how good it was. I was like, all right, I will push past this and see. I will give it a chance. And then I did, and I was happy I did because
You
it's a
came
good
back on
show.
another episode, told me
That's
about it.
I apologize to you, the audience, because I called you some wild names
Yeah, you did.
for doing that.
You went
I
off.
apologized.
You went off.
Yep.
You
And
went
I was
off on
wrong.
Dandadan watchers.
Dan to Dan.
Yeah.
And I apologized. admitted my mistake in there, and then I told you to watch it. Then you watched it, and you
Could
struggled
not
getting
get
through
through
it,
it.
knowing
That it
that it
got
gets better
better from
from
yours.
someone you trust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah, I remember telling you, I was like, I can't. I was like, I just could. It
yeah,
was like,
you're
I was
like,
like, I
yep.
didn't even know that first episode was the wildest first episode for animes that I've seen. You've seen a
The
shit
first
ton
10
more anime.
seconds is her boyfriend trying to like force her
Beat
to do stuff
beat the
because
shit out of her.
I don't want to use that word, but he's trying to force her
He's
to do
like, if you're
stuff.
not gonna put out,
Yep.
then get out of my face.
And then he
Smacks the shit out
well,
of
and
her.
then remember after that she hit him back and he booted her. He
Yeah, he
fucking
fucked her
kicked
up.
her. I
Yeah.
was like, "What the fuck?" Rewatching it, I was like,
So
"What the fuck, dude?"
again, you can come in after the end of this, but I haven't seen as many animes, let alone wild animes like this. And that first episode had that at the beginning.
Mhm.
Then it jumps into fucking in school moment where she's like, I need a new boyfriend or whatever now. And then the nerd pops up, then she defends the nerd.
Are you giving me
Then
a play-by-play right now?
yeah, then next thing you know, they jump into this whole like ghosts and like fucking demon shit, and then they're like, now he's in a tunnel and now she's in a haunted house or some
Yeah, because they
shit.
challenged each other and all
and
that
and
shit.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what is but hold on, I'm sitting there like, this is why I couldn't get through it. I was like,
Yeah.
where are we right now? This is all 10 seconds into the first episode. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't see, oh, I don't, what's
How much of this
happening?
first
Who's the
episode do we
dad?
have left?
What?
Pause. We still
What's
have 15 minutes left.
yeah? I was like, who's who? Wait, why are we doing this?
And then Turbo
The
Granny.
Turbo Granny, but I'm gonna gobble your ding dong, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I'll let you suck on my teeth. The fuck?
Where did that come from? Then
Dude,
it jumps to her. Then she's fucking with these weirdo robots who are like, yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna fucking pee your shit with our metal ding dongs and shit.
yeah, and we're gonna take your reproductive organs and but don't worry, we're gonna give you orgasms in the meantime to
And I
get
was
you
like,
ready.
oh, this is in the first 5 minutes.
Dude, so many times we talk about on here and we've talked about personally, like, I would love to just sit down and talk with a manga artist.
Who thinks of that?
I would love
Who
to.
thinks of that?
This guy, I have no interest.
Who thinks of that?
Zero interest. I want nothing to do with this man.
I paused it at the whole metal ding dong thing.
Yeah.
That's where I lost it. Where it pulled out the metal ding dong,
Yep.
and he's like, and I
And
was
it's
like,
spinning
Dink!
and shit.
And
Yep.
I was like, no. I was like,
Question.
absolutely not.
Question. When you got there, were you like, this is exactly where Shane stopped?
Yeah, that's where I had thought.
Yeah.
Or maybe when they spread her legs.
The second they spread it, because I saw him do it.
Oh my god.
I saw him it like started to spin and like fucking extend out, and I go, they're not gonna let this happen. They're not gonna let this happen. And then they spread her legs and started like doing the voodoo shit. And I go, yep, nope, can't do this. Can't do this. So
and hold on real quick.
yeah,
And
finish up.
I stopped there, but not only did I tell you I couldn't get through it, I told coworkers who I've recently met that are anime watchers who have seen this show. I was like, what the fuck?
Y'all are fucking weird.
I was telling them, I go, I can't make it through this. I can't do it. I made it through the first
weird, dude.
Fucking 10 minutes of the episode. And then,
yeah,
that's kind of where I wanted to end it.
So question for you, because we brought this up in the middle of that conversation, and I am curious now. Would you prefer to talk to someone like this, like the manga artist? Would you prefer to talk to them to see what their mind is like? Like, does that intrigue you to be like, how did you come up with something so ridiculous and so wild and outlandish? Because I go the opposite way.
If we had that manga writer on our podcast right now, that would be the first question. The first episode, because
the fuck is wrong with you?
I tell you all the time. Yeah, I tell you all the time. Yo, any new animes that I watch now, it's all like, I wonder what they do that first episode to get you to come in.
Yeah, you have said that.
To want you. I'm always like peculiar.
Try a different word, dude.
Peculiar.
Oh my god.
Peculiar. about the
I'm gonna make
first
sure we zoom in
episode.
on this shit, dude. I'm gonna make you look stupid.
I was very
Pull.
peculiar
All right.
about the first episode.
Yeah.
And this one, like I told you, this is so insanely weird that
Yeah.
the manga writer probably has to be. I don't want
Okay.
to say it. I don't
Okay,
want to say
guys.
it.
Keep in mind, Blackie Chan has a major in psychology. So it's not surprising at all that he's like, yeah, I'd want to talk to the person. I have fucking zero interest. In fact, if that manga artist was ever to be like, oh yeah, I want to come on, I'd be like, yeah, Blackie, have fun with that interview, dude. Let me know how it goes. I'll edit that video for us.
Yeah, right. You creep.
Because
Start out of the video, then
could
you
you
creep
imagine the
in.
wild shit I would say to that fucking dude?
You'd be like, so
The
wait,
fuck
how
is
do you?
wrong with you?
It's like, wait, hold on. Did he just creep into the interview?
Like, what the fuck? Hey, man, what the fuck is wrong with dude? Oh, we said you gotta stay out of this one. You can't hold your tongue. Fucking
No,
weirdo.
no,
He needs to know. He needs
no.
to know.
I can't believe you. Yeah,
Fucking
no,
just, but it's like everything,
crazy.
because, take out your weenie and I'll let you
Think of that
suck on my
first
tit
episode.
and
That shit was
fucking.
insane.
She spends, I literally, so I stopped it halfway through and I did the time. She spends 13 minutes half naked in the first episode. She's at most a high school student. And she spends 13 minutes half fucking naked. It's fucking, I will never understand. And we literally just got done talking about how Fire Force does fan service and
That was
how
a
we
whole nother
enjoy
weird level.
being goofy, though. Like if you make
Yeah,
it goofy or something like that. Because all anime's got a little touch of the weird in it. All of it. But there's a normal level and then there's this. Where it's like, fuck, dude. That made it really hard to get through those first 2 episodes. We've talked about this for the first 20 minutes of the pod, but that's how much it bothered us and how hard it made, because we both agree this is a good show, right?
right. Ultimately, we wouldn't be having this fucking episode if we didn't ultimately get through it. And
Right.
that's what is the emphasis on this first episode, is that it's
Right.
like this thing was so out of pocket
That it kept
that
us from enjoying how good the
right,
show actually was for a while, because we
right.
both struggled with it.
Right. And again, I didn't choose to go back even after you had told me, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I went back and I had
Mm-hmm.
watched it and it's good. And I said, I can't do it still. Then
Yeah.
at my coworkers, I told them and they're like, no, you have to. Then like multiple weeks had gone by and they kept telling me, like
Yeah.
day to day, they kept telling me, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. That's when I decided
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to it because
Yeah, because I wasn't
of
gonna keep
that.
pushing you towards it. Like I was
No,
just like,
you and
hey,
you
I was
understood.
like,
You're
yeah, I
like,
get it, dude.
this shit's wild. And I didn't know where it was. I was literally dumbfounded even after finishing the first episode. I was like,
Yep.
where's this going?
Yep. And then even like so afterwards, dude, they're like yearning for each other. Like, oh, I want to talk to Okaru. I want to talk to Miss
Well,
Ayase.
and what do you think? Because it was more so she was obsessed with a guy named Kin Tukaru, right? Or Kin
Kentakaru or
Tukakuru or something like that.
yeah,
Tukakuru.
sure.
And
We'll go with that.
and then magically the guy his actual name, Okarun's actual name is
Is
Kin
that
Tukakuru.
yeah,
Did you
or
ever
whatever the
find
name
any
is. Yeah. Did I ever
like what do you think about that?
Oh, I was like,
Because they
they're gonna
brushed it
fuck.
off pretty
Yeah, I was like, they're gonna fuck. It is what it is. Let's make it more obvious, people.
well.
Like,
And it's like she's talking about an actor, right? That's the
yeah.
guy she's truly in love with, but they haven't
Hmm.
shown him, and then his name is that.
I think
I'm
they
thinking there
showed
might be
him.
more to that. Do you think
I
there's
think
more
they
to that?
showed him at the in the first couple episodes, just on the screen where she's talking to him.
Fuck
But
if I remember.
I mean, there's so much wildness. It's an easy miss. I don't think we're all focused on what she's watching the
Jesus
TV.
Christ.
Freaking between her and Granny, I don't think we pay too much attention to the TV, except when they fucking with Granny. Remember when she made the prediction on the Idol, and then it all came out? I did pay. Did you catch that on the TV?
Mm.
Okay, so
Turbo Granny?
no, the her grandma.
Her granny.
Yeah, the actual like the median
Yeah,
Granny.
yeah.
Yeah,
Psycho
so
Ayase? Yeah.
yeah. So at the beginning, it showed her doing her TV show, and she
Oh,
was
okay.
making predictions on The Idol. And he was like, "None of that's fucking true." She was like, "You're 27." He's like, "No, I'm 20." She's like, "You have a family." He's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, you have a girl and kids." He's like, "No, I don't." And then everybody was talking about. They're like, "Dude, this chick fucking sucks. What should we do?" They're
Oh,
like,
I
"We'll
didn't
just
know
air
it
it."
was her. That's
Yeah,
funny.
they're like, "Oh, we'll just air it." And she was like, "All right."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
and then
remember
she
that
was
now.
watching the
I didn't
TV.
realize it was
Yeah,
fucking her.
how do you not realize it was her? She, like, gets out halfway
Just my mind was
home.
fucked, okay?
Alright.
I don't know what to
By the
tell you.
alien probe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. But yeah, and then when she's
I
watching
remember
the
that scene though.
TV,
Yeah.
yeah, she's like, "Oh, fucking what about his favorite food? I got that shit right too. Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
I fuck with Granny, dude.
No, Granny's hot as fuck too. What's going
I
on there?
I literally put on the
What's
list, I
going
was
on
like, "Does
there?
Granny qualify as a mama for you?"
Yes, she does. Because I was
Alright.
like, Jesus Christ. The first second I saw
Yeah, if
her,
this is your first recent one, guys,
were you
Blackie
expecting that?
Chan's into the mamas. Blackie Chan is into the mamas. He's got a thing for
I'm into
anime
grannies now.
mamas. Yeah,
Shit.
and I actually put it on my list where I was like, ask him if Granny
She's
qualifies as a
technically
mama.
qualifies as a mama because she's raising
Well, she's
Momo.
somebody's mama if she's Granny, so
She's
she would
Momo's
always
mama.
qualify as a mama.
Well, she's kind of Momo's mama, is what I'm trying to
Kind of,
say.
yeah. No,
So
I get what
she's
you're trying to say. You're just wrong
right.
and
No, I'm not
stupid.
wrong. She is her mom.
Douchebag glasses. Hate those so much.
I hate your egghead. You don't hear me saying anything.
You just did right now.
Yeah, after you had just said
All right,
that you
man.
hate my glasses.
Yeah, but Granny I fuck with. I mean, God, dude, the characters in it are really good too. And they are fucking somewhat realistic.
Well, what do you think
You
about
take
her
the
being
first
so
2
aware?
episodes.
So,
Granny
like,
or
yeah, Granny. So Granny's super aware. They had the whole situation with the her walking around school, right?
just so you guys know, when we're talking about Turbo Granny, we'll say Turbo Granny versus Granny. All right, so just so
Right,
people aren't like, which Granny are they talking about?
right.
Go ahead, but
No,
she's so aware.
so hot ass Granny, she's so aware
Age and
about
experience, baby.
um demons, whatever you want to call them,
Spirits,
aliens,
evil
spirits.
spirits. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
spirits and ghosts.
Uh,
She
How do
fucked
you
Okarun up.
so like it all meshed, like she obviously was like, well, it's about time kind of that you figured out that all this shit was real, Momo, you know what I mean? She kind of took
Mhm.
that perspective
Yeah.
where it's like, do you think that was a good writing, like
For what? Kinda
having
jumped around
Granny
there.
be like so like laid back about it, and then when Momo finally figures it out, she's just kind of nonchalant about it still, versus
Yeah.
like her explaining it to her when she was little, and you know what I mean? Like,
I
would
think
you
I
have
was
rather different writing than that?
No, I was fine with that. I was fine with it because that like it'd be one thing if she was hot-blooded all the time. So, in that moment, you just don't have enough of her yet to know her personality. And granted, it didn't bother me in the moment,
Still a
but
very nonchalant personality. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like she
so
was
that's what I'm
gone.
saying.
There's
And
demons
then
at her home, and
and
she's
she
still
sees it, she's
nonchalant.
yeah. So I'm good with that because they've made it consistent. So
Oh, it
that's what
takes
she's
the
old and it's what she does for a living. That's not fucking surprising. Like it
right, but it takes some of the
you've watched too much
like
intense
seriousness.
animes lately.
Yeah, it takes some of the seriousness out of it.
I think solo leveling's getting to you. I think the intensity behind solo leveling's getting to you. It's starting
Well,
to
and
weigh in
even
your
Solo
head.
Leveling has moments where you're like, why aren't they being serious here?
Yeah, that never really bothers me too much. There are
There's
moments, don't get me
times.
wrong. There's moments and times where it does where I'm like, all right, dude, we're getting
You don't
ready to
always have to be
shit
goofy.
getting wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this thing it didn't. It didn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
Cause
and
she was
obviously
ready
I'm
to
being
fucking ride.
hypercritical because obviously overall I still
Yeah.
liked it, but
Cause like even with the end fight, or not the end fight, but the end of the Turbo Granny fight,
mhm,
where they did all that to
they're
get the bitch
running
on
and
the
shit.
train
Yeah.
and she's waiting for her at the train station with the fucking bat. I was like, she's a dude, man. I fuck with Granny hard. She's a dude. She's always ready. She's calm. She's experienced. She knows what the fuck she's going on. I'm waiting for them to start to like. they've dropped in these first episodes. They dropped in little layers of things. Like they
I was gonna
planted little
say, and
seeds.
didn't you see a little bit of Bleach in this, in regards to spiritual pressure, and then in regards to like the whole like Genkai
I didn't make that
body,
connection.
like the
No.
whole like Turbo Granny turning into the fucking.
Yeah, I still think it's a bit of a
Hey
stretch.
man,
Yeah.
hey, and
I
then
don't
like
think I
the
could ride with
power
you
of
on
the.
this. Yeah.
I mean, all right.
But you can explain it out if you
No, it's all
want.
right. Just keep killing it. Just keep saying no, no, no.
I'm not gonna lie and be like, yeah, because
No,
I
you just had to
didn't.
say it once. You didn't have to keep saying no. No, yeah,
Yeah.
no,
No.
absolutely not.
I will
No,
keep saying no.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, no. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
you the first time.
Yeah.
Thank
Did
you.
you hear me
I
the
appreciate it.
corresponding 3
I
times?
appreciate it.
Yeah.
No,
Good.
thank you for that.
Yeah, I didn't get
Shut
Bleach for
down that
this at
idea.
all.
Let's not
I
talk.
don't
Let's not
think
talk about it.
I don't think that, like, I mean, you could say because there's
It
a
has no
spirit
hint of
world.
Bleach.
You could say because there's a spirit world, it's like Bleach, but
You
that
don't
would
see the
be even then that would
consciousness going into Turbo Granny being similar to the fucking pebble that goes into the stuffed animals in Bleach. You don't see any type of
nah, I think that's
influence.
a stretch. No.
So you think that was all original?
I don't think it was original. I think there's so many animes out
Do
that
you
nothing's
okay? So
original
then,
at
what
this point.
influences do you think this
I don't
show?
fucking know.
Okay,
It'd be something to throw out before we record, so
all
I could
right.
sit
Or
there
you could
and
sit
run
there and
through
think
my
about it
catalog.
instead of just denying it.
Well, we know how much people love to watch me sit
You
here
can
and think.
edit it. You can edit it. That's the beauty. You can cut to the part where you thought about it.
I appreciate you because you
We can sit
clearly
here for 5 minutes and let you think, and you can cut to it.
you clearly overthink my
You don't
editing
have to show
abilities.
yourself going like this.
My editing abilities are elementary at its height right now.
Oh
That
my
is being
gosh.
kind to my editing abilities. It is elementary, to say the least. But I
Well,
mean, at
your
this point,
ability to shut down all of my fucking thoughts is going very well.
fucking let's
You're
go,
shutting them
baby.
all down. I'm trying to create all
Yeah.
kinds of cover. You're like, no. No. No.
No. I thought about it.
No.
Nope. Nope. Are you still talking about this?
Nah.
Because it was already a no 3 seconds ago. Did you not hear that?
Oh,
Well, here's another
that
one.
anime.
No.
Nah. You brought up a different anime to try to bring up. Nah.
Yeah. But like so dandadan before we rewatched it to do the pod, I had only watched this one once, which is a rarity for me. Can we both agree to that? Like normally by the time we get to it
I
and I'm
never only
rewatching
watched
it,
something once.
yeah, other than animes as they're coming out,
Even then,
like
like
solo
solo
leveling,
leveling, I'll still watch
I've
twice through.
well, I watch it the one time and then I rewatch it before the pod.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Is
Right.
it's rare that a show that's been out for even as long as dandadan is, which isn't a long time,
Nope.
but usually by now I have rewatched it already again over before I rewatch it for the pod. So this was kind of like that. So it was interesting rewatching it for the first time for the pod and just like catching little things that are like, huh. Like for instance, what are the odds that they get cursed by an uneducated ghost? Like they're like, you got to give us what is it, a 10-minute head start? Shoot, like 7,
That shit was
12,
fucking
19, 25, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And I was like,
2
oh
minutes.
shit, dude.
4
I was
minutes.
what are the odds of them getting fucking by this uneducated bitch, dude?
Yeah, getting like bamboozled.
Yeah, but it was just
Yeah, funny moments.
we already shit on all the bad stuff. I'll try my best to limit that. It just, it just sits so heavy because it was such a heavy part of the first 2 episodes in particular. And we're talking about the first 6. But like one of the good things they did is they sprinkled in some layers of stuff that I'm sure they're gonna get to. Like remember she talked about having territories and reaching out to the god of that territory. I was like, I can't wait for them to get more into
like
that aspect of
she
it.
has zero power outside of it because
Yep.
the god of that area is the one lending her the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
I mean
then
it's got like that JJK influence is what I see in that in regards to like boundaries being formed and shit like that. Like, I mean, it's just
that's a better analogy. I like
unique
that one. You could ride with that one. Like domains and stuff like
domains
that,
and
and they're
shit like
stronger in
that.
different areas. That's a
Yeah.
decent analogy to that power.
Well, and
Uh,
again,
go
spiritual
ahead.
pressure is kind of their sauce, right? That's their or not pressure, but spiritual energy
Yeah.
is what they explain it as now.
I honestly can't remember. I would like to co-sign that, but I really don't remember
Well,
exactly
again,
how they explained it.
Ichigo uses his spiritual energy to turn Bonkai, which transforms him into that different form,
Right.
right?
Yeah, that's theirs. Yeah, I
And
understand that. I was
then
talking about
you look at
dandadan.
Dandadan, or the main character Okurun. The
Yeah.
way he gets that power is transforming using the spiritual energy of that Turbo Granny, right?
I don't think is it her spirit? I mean,
Yeah, because you
I'll take
remember
her word.
she
I'll take her
smacked
word for it. I won't
Granny,
remember,
cute
but I'll
Granny
take her word for
smacked
it.
the
Yeah.
consciousness out of the
Yeah, I can't
Turbo Granny's
remember.
consciousness out of Okarun.
Right. And so you're saying they said that her spiritual pressure was stuck
Stayed
inside of him.
inside, but
Gotcha.
yet her
Okay.
consciousness was outside of him.
Yeah. I'll
Which
take
her
your word for it.
consciousness was the thing that what's her face was holding on to when they were running.
Her aura. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, which is another interesting thing where she was talking about, not sure if you caught it, but when she was talking about how her power kind of dwindled because right when her powers got awakened, it was whatever she imagined she could make
It was like
happen.
super powerful,
Yeah,
right?
and she was like, now it's not like that at all. Now it's just I
Right.
can visualize his hands grabbing shit and I can see auras and shit like that.
Ultra
And
Instinct, Goku,
yeah, there we go. Back to
Dragon Ball Z,
Drac to
or I'm sorry,
Drac to
Dragon Ball Super.
BDZ. God, fuck me.
What was
Did you
Drag to
hear that?
the ZB?
I got all my letters mixed up.
What the
Got all
fuck
the
was
letters
that?
mixed up.
Dragon Ball ZZ.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Drag my balls where?
What you just say to me?
Wait, what
What
he
you just
say
say?
again? That
Yeah.
God chose him.
Yeah. But like the odds of them getting getting an uneducated ghost and getting fucked up
Lord.
there, and then the fucking him biting Turbo Granny's titty and it being her weakness.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
we're gonna push aside the creepiness of it and just be
yeah, I
like,
don't
what
know
the
about
fuck?
that.
Wasn't she just asking him to suckle on her teat?
So that way she could gobble his ding dong.
Yeah, but it's like if
Yeah,
that's her weakness,
I
why
mean,
would you ask him to do that? Like
yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. That's bad writing. That's bad writing right there.
I don't know. You know, I'm gonna take your perspective. Every time I say something's bad writing, you go, you know, I don't know. I don't think. I don't know if that's bad writing or not. I don't. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all.
That's what you do.
Mm,
How fucking boring that is. Comment below if that shit's fucking boring.
yeah, all right. We'll read your comments. We'll take note. After we get through the 140 that yell at you for saying Dan wrong.
No.
Um,
Dandadan?
so they
Dandadan,
got that.
dandadan.
They bite the titty.
They
Dude,
bite, they bite the titty.
they bite the titty. That's I was trying to get back to where I was. They bite the titty. And then
Good spot
just
to leave
like
off.
they do pick a couple moments to be funny that I appreciate. Like when they
The
boil
knot
the crab.
turning.
Yeah, the
Can't
nuts hurting.
turn.
I can't turn, you're too heavy. The fact that he starts using
I'm
slang and
going
gets super
ultra.
depressed
I'm done.
every time he turns into a ghost,
Yeah.
where he gets all weird and shit.
Well, he gets all
He's
like
like,
player. He gets
yeah,
all
yeah.
fucking player, and she's
Hey,
like,
babe.
"Stop
Hey, babe,
it!"
that was trill AF. Like, why are you talking? So in animes,
Stop talking like Tucker.
I'm in animes, I'm a fan of when they acknowledge something being weird like that.
Yeah.
Where she's like, why are you using slang and doing this all of a sudden? It's fucking weird.
Stop it.
Like, I'm a fan of when they acknowledge how weird that is in the moment. She's like, fucking weird, stop. It's like,
Yeah.
chill, babe. He's like, why are you using all this slang? It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Well, and you can clearly
And
see
then,
their attempt to connect with like middle school / high school girls because whenever they go back to the high school scenes or the middle school scenes, wherever they
mhm,
are, I don't know what fucking grade they're in, but
yeah.
it's always that like, you know what I mean? That fucking, I don't want to say that word because you have to bleep it out, but like drama.
Yeah.
And it's like, are we really like acting like children here? Like,
yeah, I do appreciate that they kind of rounded out the school pretty much like a high school, like any high school. There's the mean
that
bitch
one
giving
pink bitch was
rumors and
fucking
fucking.
like
I still don't know how
shitting
I
on the
feel about
nerdy
her.
kid.
Yeah, I still
Or
don't know. She's like, oh, what's the
he's
harm in
gonna
making him
fucking
dream
jerk
about
off to
me?
me and shit or
Yeah,
whatever.
fucking
Yeah.
weird shit, dude. It fucking weird. They're like, oh, you're such a good person, and this
And then
and
she
that.
gets all mad and like
Yeah,
drops some
I mean,
shit, but
even
like
just like
holds him, and it's like,
so.
what kind of
So
middle
I
school
don't
shit is
think.
this?
Yeah, I don't think any bitch in any high school is gonna see something like she saw and then be like,
And like
"Oh, I'm
enjoy it,
chosen by God, and
right?
I gotta dispel
Because
you."
of
No
the
chick's
nut,
gonna do that.
the golden nut.
Yeah, but it was funny to think that, like,
Momo said to her, "Yo, that's not a fucking
that's Uncle
just
Rude's
that's
nut, dude.
Okaroo's nut, dude. That's
It's
a
fucking
testicle, bro.
yeah, yeah. It's a golden one. No, it's like an actual testicle.
Testicle."
That it belongs in someone's body, dude. Like, what are you doing?
So
But like,
stupid.
but the point of what I was saying was that like it's not, no high school girl anywhere is ever gonna do that. But the fact that she was like, I was chosen, I'm
Because of my
like God's
beauty,
gift, and this and that. I was like,
only a
that
high
that
schooler
hits. That
would.
hit. I was like, they're not gonna do all this, but the thought logic behind it,
It's like
that's
only someone who's
exactly.
16 and like
Yep.
gets the attention of the world.
Yep, it's like, "Oh, yeah, this is God's plan for me, I'm perfect." I'm like, "Oh, you child. Oh, you little girl, dude. Oh, you're in for a rude awakening."
Again, I mean, it was weird that she thought she was a demon, though. It's like, I don't know. And then the whole fact that, like, if she picked up the ball, then all of a sudden she could see, like,
Yeah.
because again, that's bleach to me. It's like that certain people couldn't, like, regular civilians can't
Yeah,
see
that's fair.
that shit. And
Yeah,
then
that's a
all of a
fair one.
sudden, when you touch spiritual energy or something, now all of a sudden you can see all
Yeah,
these things you couldn't see before.
yeah. I will
So
say
I see a lot of bleach influence.
yeah, and one thing I like, at least about the first, was it the first 6 episodes in particular, is that, like, no one's overpowered here. We talk about that all the time in animes and how that tends to be a bit frustrating in moments. Jinwoo's ability to fucking heal in the first season
Stealth
and
and
fucking
healing,
it's
then
like
like
they've
spawning
yeah,
people.
now they found a way to make it interesting, which is cool. I'm glad they
He's
did that.
still
But
overpowered.
he's
Let's be real.
overpowered.
Let's
Yeah.
be real. Too quick.
Like, yeah, he's overpowered and it makes no sense. Here, they are clearly not overpowered and they have to
No,
fucking
there's a curve.
strategize and outthink. And I like the realism behind that, not
I,
like in real life. But you know what I mean?
yeah, I
Like, if
love
you're
that you
not
brought that
strong
up.
enough, go ahead.
No, I love that you brought that up because again, I always bring up the whole training shit, and I'm still waiting on that. That's something that has me very, very locked in, very, very
Mm-hmm.
curious, is to see how they incorporate his development in with that energy that he's trying to the turbo ring
Control.
shit,
Yeah.
right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
so then he can only last so long in that stance, right, or in that
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a great fucking nerf. That's a great nerf to have for him until he learns
What's
how
a
to
nerf?
nerf means like so a nerf is like containing someone's ability.
Okay.
It's like bringing it down to make sure it's not overpowered. That's what nerfing something
Gotcha.
is. So
Okay.
like if you wanted to nerf Goku, it would be like taking Super Saiyan away. That's
Gotcha.
nerfing Goku.
Okay.
And then buffing would be like, all right, now Goku can use his Super Saiyan ability.
Okay.
So you're
Cool.
buffing
Never
his
heard
ability.
either of those terms
Those
before.
two are like very much gaming terms, but they're also using
Cool.
anime. And so nerfing that is great in that it like you're not sure. You're not sure where his power is going to go and how he's going to increase. Right?
Right.
You know he's going to increase cuz
Right.
that's
He's
the
gonna get
show.
better.
He's going
Yeah.
to get better, but you're not sure how yet. And I hope they nail the training on that, or I hope they
Yeah.
nail his increase in power
See. So one thing
in the first
too.
6 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I do have to ask before I move on with my thought. Have you already watched 7 through 12? Like, are you
No.
finished through the season?
Nope.
Okay.
I made it a point to stop at 6.
Okay. So I'm all the way through. All right. But I am interested to see, like, so whenever they have like a small task in the first season like this, like his is find both your nuts and you're gonna be good to go. I always wonder, and this isn't specific to this anime. This is like all animes that have a weird first season where it's something
Like, oh,
minor
he's
they're
got to
looking
find his
for.
pecker.
Right. Or oh, he's just got to reach this destination that's 2 cities over. It's like when you guys as writers set that up, are you planning on him reaching his goal and then setting a new goal, or are you truly going to try and make like 5 seasons based on him keeping his nuts? Like, am I going to get frustrated because now that he finds this nut, he's gonna lose his pecker again, and once he loses his or once he gets his pecker back, then he loses another nut? Like, is this gonna be, because I won't be able to watch that if it's just like, oh, he gains this and loses this, he gains this and loses this. I won't be able to watch the show. Do you think about it like that at all? No, not even a little bit. That's just unique to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't
I've
even
also
tell you.
watched a fuck ton of anime, so
That has nothing to do with that, but
it
yeah.
has everything to do with everything. I'm
I don't
better
think
than
the
you in
more
every way,
anime
shape, or
you
form.
watch forms that, but
Yeah. You wouldn't know. You haven't watched as much. Maybe when you get there, little buddy.
Maybe when you watch more, you'll think about what I think
I don't
about.
think you can definitively say that.
I don't think that's how that works. Yeah, it is.
But I truly like, even through the first 6, right? So he loses his dick and his balls, right?
It's
And
only
then
right.
he
Perfect
gets
writing.
his fucking
First,
award-winning stuff.
first, let's take his dick away. Then
Then
when
what?
we give it
Then
back,
what?
let's take his balls away. And let's make him
Genius.
gold. It's like, you guys are fucking stupid.
Yep. But it's like, so is this gonna be because he got his dick back, then he lost both his balls. Now at where we're at, he sees that the chick has one of his balls, which is causing all this other shit to happen.
Gotta
So
find the other nut.
yeah, so I understand we still have to find the other nut, but if and when we find that nut, is he gonna get that back and then all of a sudden his dick's gonna be gone again?
You
And
never
then
know.
like that would be
Chainsaw
frustrating,
Man
wouldn't it?
101.
Wouldn't it be fucking just
Yeah, I
frustrating
mean,
if they just use
that's what
that to
I'm still
drive the
waiting
plot?
for. Well,
Like,
and
fuck,
unlike you,
dude.
I like Chainsaw Man. I don't
Creep.
like it to a fucking massive degree, but I do watch it in the hope that it's more than just him being a fucking perv. You know
I
what I
understand
mean?
that. Yeah, I
I
do get
watch
that.
dandadan hoping that it's
Dan.
more than just him losing his fucking genitals, or turning to Momo, and then next thing you know, she loses her titties or something like that. It's like, I hope that's not the route
Fucking
they go.
fucking A. I will say one good heartfelt comment is given me, like, has made me want to watch season 2 of Chainsaw Man. Goes to show one good, true, genuine recommendation. That one dude who left a comment on one of our things, where he's like, dude, I know it's creepy, but hear me out. Like, this is
Yeah, it
going on,
gets better.
stuff's about to happen. I
I
promise
mean,
you.
that's
You
similar to
gotta,
this show, right?
like, yeah. And it was, well, this one was a little different, but similar in the sense that people were like, hey, dude, get through it, get through it, get through it. It wasn't as like genuine because I was watching stuff. It wasn't like people I know telling me.
I will
Where
say,
you had that.
honestly, I could get through Chainsaw Man in one clean
Yeah.
swoop.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, I really struggle to get through that first episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the difference.
Same
And I'm
thing.
like, that's
Same
why I
thing.
say, like, how can I say I shit on Chainsaw Man when I could get through it in one watch?
I don't think
Versus
season one of season one of
watch.
Chainsaw Man was as good as season 1 of Dandadan.
I'd have to rewatch Chainsaw Man again, but
I won't.
you know,
I already know I
couldn't say
have
that
to whenever we decide to do that. I already know I have to. I'm not doing it until then. I
Yeah, I couldn't,
refuse.
and we still got to review that.
Yep.
So
That's why I refuse. I won't watch it until then. It's the only
until we
time I'll
review it.
rewatch it. I'm
Yeah.
hoping. I will say I'm hoping that, with a little more time perspective, maybe when I go back and rewatch it, I might be like, all right, dude, it's not
Again,
as
I mean, it still has the premise it has. We know, we know at the end of
right,
season
but
1,
but
Chainsaw
maybe
Man
because I'm
kind of
just
where
so
it's at.
like I didn't like it so much, I was just super heightened on it, and after time
Super hyped up
rewatching it,
on it. because Chainsaw
heightened to
Man.
it.
Well, and Chainsaw Man had that hype that dandadan kind of has. No,
Dandadan.
no, like it has that hype. No,
I think Chainsaw Man
it had
had
probably even more hype. No,
more hype, and
because
more
Chainsaw
hype.
Man was massive.
So hold on. I think Chainsaw Man had more hype coming
Hype
out.
or hype?
Hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had more hype coming out than Dandadan had. And I think the hype, because it wasn't as because it was so odd, I think the hype wasn't as big as the show was coming out. It kind of died off a little bit. Versus Dandadan was the opposite. It had some hype. I will say that it did have some hype to it. Like, I had
Dude,
definitely
everyone's
heard of
talking
it
about that shit.
before, but the hype came after it came out. Like, the
So like
big hype
Solo
for it.
Leveling.
No, Solo Leveling was during and before.
So like Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man was just before. Dandadan was like right after it
You
came
don't think
out.
Chainsaw Man was during?
No, it died down.
I disagree on that.
It died down
I think
as the
Chainsaw
show
Man's
progressed.
still very massive.
Yeah, it is massive, but as far as I'm talking, like the level of hype, it didn't go up and then stay that high. It started high and then dropped from where it was.
Because it had like Demon Slayer hype.
Yeah, it did. It really did. It really did when it came out. Yeah.
Whereas you're saying Demon Slayer had that hype and lived up to it.
Yeah. Same with Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling had that kind of hype.
I don't know. I think it had a little bit lower, and then went up.
Then you're saying
it came on.
you're saying it had less hype than what?
Than like a Demon Slayer. Because
yes, less hype than
being the highest bar.
So Solo Leveling. If you had to ask me, and this is all opinion, right? Because we all float in different circles.
Personal opinion. This entire conversation has been opinion.
So if you had to, if I had to rank it, I would say out of these three, I would say Demon Slayer had the most. I would say right after that would have been Solo Leveling. Then I would say Chainsaw Man.
So you think Solo Leveling had more pre-hype than Chainsaw Man?
In my circles, yeah. It was different in your circles?
I mean, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, in your circles,
I would say so, yeah. Like Chainsaw Man, when it was out, like when it was coming out, was like, oh, like they thought this was gonna be the JJK.
Because that's actually something interesting.
Like intense shit.
Yeah, it's something we haven't really talked about a ton on this show, but it's like, depending on what circle you're in, is depending on the level of hype and what you're hearing changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like your circle, because we're both in different anime circles. So your circle might where you're saying Chainsaw Man was way
back
up
then
here.
I wasn't really watching anime like that, but I heard about Chainsaw Man.
And in my circles, I was like, yeah,
you're hearing about
I heard about it, but it wasn't to as much as I heard about Solo Leveling, and neither of those were as much as I heard about Demon Slayer. I don't think I've heard hype for any show more than Demon Slayer. I'm trying to think. JJK was pretty hype. I know I'm talking about like the start of a show, not just a random season, right? So the start of the show, pre-start of the show, correct. I think Demon Slayer is probably the most hype I've personally heard. By far. I wouldn't say by far, but definitely the most.
JJK was close. Only in that it's not as like
PG. I had to think about JJK. I was like,
Demon
was
Slayer
it
slightly more PG? Because it's just not as in depth.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like it's the way shows come out and stuff like that. Because even like Dandadan, I definitely heard about before it came out. People were like, "Hey, be on the lookout, Dandadan. It's really good." This is that.
It wasn't like.
But it wasn't anything crazy. And then after it came out,
first episode,
and that might have been it.
Why?
That might have been
probably it. Why?
But after it had been out for a few weeks, like I would say probably right around that 4 or 5 week mark, fucking the hype train.
Yeah, it was like
people were like, "This is the fucking best thing to watch."
Watch it.
Yeah,
everyone was saying that.
Yeah, it's And if I was a writer, I think I'd prefer the dandadan method.
Yeah, because you
I
don't
would
have
rather
if it
over
fails,
deliver. Yep.
it's
Go ahead.
like, oh, well, it was just a niche anime.
Yep.
It was just a Food Wars,
Yep.
right?
Yep. I would
It
rather
has its
over
little
deliver
cult.
because even when we talked about Solo Leveling when it first came out, we were like, "This is great." It's not at the hype people thought it was.
Well, and season 1
Oop.
wasn't season 2. Let's be real.
Season 2's the
Season
fucking
2 is
shit, dude.
insane.
It's still
Season
I
2,
just watched a
we're
new
sitting
episode
here
today.
like,
It's
is
so fucking
everyone
good.
watching this or is it just us? Because this feels like
Yep.
the ultimate anime right now.
Yep, sure does. Sure does.
Season
I'm not
2.
sure if you watched the newest episode today, but it is. Like
No,
it was good.
I've watched
Next
the
week's episode might be the best
last one.
episode of the show so far. I can't wait for next week's episode. It's so good.
Yeah, this show just
But
keeps
but
anyway.
yeah, but back to we could talk about Solo Leveling all day.
Episode by episode, we could talk
Yep.
about that shit.
We could do an hour and a half on each episode if we wanted to. But back to Dan. I think if I'm a writer, I would much rather have like over deliver than
Under
oversell. You know what I mean?
then like be good, but like the hype was way too big.
Yeah, because that's what happens. You just set yourself up for failure at a certain point when people think you're going to be the ish. You know what I mean?
That's a testament to Demon Slayer, no?
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
have
I would
reached the
say
level
so.
it reached.
To
Because
have reached
Demon
the level
Slayer
it
is
did.
damn near like Naruto DBZ level.
There's yeah.
Damn near.
And you know what's wild? I think Demon Slayer has more haters than Naruto and
Yeah.
all that. Like, and I don't like it. I'm like, okay, dude, I can understand you not liking it, but as many people as who don't like it, I'm like, it's really good though.
It would be amazing to see, just to kind of keep bringing dandadan back in.
Damn
It would be amazing to see if this type of niche anime can surpass that level. I don't think so.
No.
However, it would be amazing to see if it did.
Yeah, and
it's too weird.
Now when
It's
you're
too out
saying
there.
when you're saying that, are you
Like
talking
Food
about
Wars.
okay, so you're talking about a niche anime in
It's
general,
gotta be in a
not
box.
necessarily Dan in
Right.
particular.
Well, not necessarily, but again, dandadan. Like
Something.
I think it's in that. I think it's in that boat where it's like there's
Right.
certain animes where it's like only the anime community can watch it.
Yes, I agree.
Like it can't outsource.
Yeah.
It just can't.
This
There's
I
just
wouldn't
too much weird
recommend
shit.
anybody for this to be their first anime. You'd
Right.
have to get into it for a little bit.
Multiple.
Yeah.
And again,
Now,
even Food Wars is as PG as that is,
yep.
you know, to a degree,
Yeah,
it's like you
to
still
a degree.
couldn't.
Yeah,
You still
100%. Yeah, now to clean this up because we just about covered actually weirdly everything in every aspect of this. How do you feel about the pink-haired bitch? We started talking about her. How do you
I was about to say, we
how do
kind of
you
mentioned
how
it,
do you
but
feel about her as a whole?
I mean, her character makes sense.
What do you mean?
So
Like
the writing,
for them being in a high school and they're being kind of
her being immature,
bitch. Yeah.
her being the way she is because she's cute,
Yeah.
all makes sense. I think she's gonna play a little bit of a bigger role.
Think so.
Later on, I don't think she's just gonna like have a moment.
I agree. I don't think she's a one-off. I don't think she's just like, oh, 2 episodes we'll devote to like them getting closer because of.
Now, what role is she gonna play in the future? I think I'm curious about. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think? I can't
no
guess on
clue.
this because I'm already through the season. But if you had to guess, if you had to take a shot.
No, I mean, I think she's gonna have some sort of hidden ability.
Interesting.
I think she's gonna have some sort of hidden ability that maybe manifested because she was touching the ball or something like that, or like something. But she's got to stay in it. I don't see her getting kicked out of it.
Okay, interesting.
Just because it's like a dynamic between her and Momo.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Goku Vegeta, but like on a female side.
Yeah, it's a good dynamic. I do like their dynamic where
and don't get it twisted, guys. I'm not saying Goku Vegeta like that's exactly the same. I'm just saying a dynamic.
That's exactly what he said. Go get him.
Competition.
Yeah, go get him. Yeah.
All right.
But it's a rival thing, right? It's like how far did you get in Black Clover?
Shit. I'm like up to where the the like underwater island. They
Okay.
visited that
So
island
you're
and
you're
conquered
far
it.
enough for me to say this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So it's like
200 in or 100
but
in or
it's
something
like
like that.
every like there's a lot of good animes right there that make friends out of rivals and they kind of butt heads but push
Right.
each other in the right
You talk about
way.
like and
And
fucking
Asta.
Asta.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this isn't their dynamics a little different, right? Because they grew
Right.
up together, all that stuff. But
They're closer to Vegeta and Goku
yes, they
in
are.
regards to
Yeah. But the point of both of us using those examples, like there's a way you can have rivals who butt heads and still push each other
to be
forward
better.
to be better. And so that'll be interesting to see moving forward. And I can't wait for you to get through the next 6 to kind of see what you think on that. But guys,
Right.
that
Well,
about go ahead.
and they always bring up the sexual shit. So part of that is like
I could do without that.
their competition because they always bring up female competition in regards to men too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're competing to get the attention of some guy. So I think like part of their competition will be in the future Okarun, where it's like
Think so. Fucking
one gets
nerd.
jealous when
He went from
he
having no
talks to
friends to
one
having 2
two
bad bitches
bitches,
after him.
like yeah,
That's
like
a win,
typical
sir.
anime, right?
That's a win,
Look at
sir.
Jin Woo. Look at
Yeah.
Jin Woo.
Yeah.
You know, he
But
has bitches all over him now. But
yes, sir.
again, that's kind of where I see it going. I like
Interesting.
where it ended. I think Granny is the mom of Momo, sexy as hell.
Yep,
I just
that's
wanted
your
to bring
lady.
that up again as
Of
we're
course,
closing
why
out
not?
here.
You love the mamas.
And any last words for you?
No, guys. We appreciate every single fucking one of you guys. As always, a real friend tells a friend. Like, subscribe, comment.
Comment. We want to hear your guys' thoughts on the first 6 episodes of this, and even more so specifically, if you guys want to give your thoughts on that first episode. That first
Yeah.
episode was fucking
Were
insane.
you guys able
Were
to
you
get through
all
it?
yeah?
And if
And why?
I want yeah, there you go. Thank you. I was like, I want you to put on there if you were able to just get through it.
Smoke right
Just
through it.
be like, I
This
watched a
is
ton of anime.
awesome.
This doesn't bother me, or
I
I
watched
liked it.
that.
I'm fucking weird, and
Yeah.
then I can find you and beat you.
Yeah.
Or you could even be
I
like,
can find you and beat you. Wait,
who
what?
said that? I didn't say that.
Did you just sneak that
Um,
in there?
or you could even be like, dude, I was going off the strength of a friend. You know, a friend told me about it. I trust them with my life.
Curious.
Let it go. Throw it in the fucking comments. Let us know if you were able to just watch it.
That first fucking episode.
I bet we're the fucking odd ones in this. You know what I mean?
We could have made a 3-hour fucking episode on that first episode.
On those first, the first one, yeah.
No, literally just that first episode.
Yeah, I literally was gonna say the first. It felt like 2. It was literally 10
minutes. No wait, is that?
It wasn't even the whole first episode.
Fucking insane.
All right, guys.
Seconding what Comedy Hashira said. Again, we appreciate y'all. We're almost at 800, so don't forget to subscribe and then again comment. So
all right, we appreciate Comedy Hashira.
Blackie Chan.
We out.
We out.